Marley was dead to begin with. There's no doubt about that. He was dead as a doornail. Marley and Scrooge were business partners once, but then Marley died, and now their firm belonged to Scrooge, who was a stingy and a heartless old man. Once upon a time, on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat busy in his office. It was very cold outside, and in Scrooge's office it was not much warmer either. His clerk, Bob Cratchit, sat busily working in the cold, trying to stay warm. Suddenly, a cheerful person entered the office. It was Scrooge's nephew.
"A Merry Christmas, Uncle! God save you!"
Bah! Humbug!
"Christmas a humbug, Uncle? You don't mean that, I am sure."
I do. What's Christmas time to you? You have to pay bills without money. You're a year older but not an hour richer. Keep Christmas in your way and let me keep it in mine.
"Keep it, but you don't keep it. Do come to dinner, Uncle."
If I had my own way, everyone who said Merry Christmas would be boiled in his own pudding.
And Scrooge said no and sent him away. "You too have a Merry Christmas, Fred. Thank you."
Cratchit, quiet, or there'll be no more coal.
When Scrooge's nephew left, two gentlemen came in to collect money for the poor who had no place they could go. Stingy Scrooge, however, didn't give the gentlemen any money.
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
He asked sarcastically, and told them to leave the office. When it was time to close the office, Scrooge talked to his clerk, Bob Cratchit.
You want all day off tomorrow, don't you?
"If that's okay, sir."
It's not okay, and it is not fair. After all, I have to pay you for the day, although you don't work. But if it must be, I want you to start work even earlier the following morning.
Cratchit promised that he would, and the two went home. Scrooge lived all alone in an old house. The yard and house was very dark. Darkness is cheap, and Scrooge liked it.
Marley? Jacob Marley? Humbug!
Suddenly, Scrooge heard a noise deep down below, as if somebody was dragging heavy chains. And then Scrooge saw a ghost coming right through the heavy door. It was Marley's ghost, and his chains were long, and they were made of cash boxes, keys, and heavy purses.
Who are you?
"In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
But why do you come to me now?
I must wander through the world, and I wear the chains because I was so stingy in life. I only cared about business, but not about the people around me. Now I am here to warn you. You still have a chance, Ebenezer. 3 spirits will come to you. Expect the first tomorrow, when the bell tolls 1.
Suddenly the clock struck 1. Light flashed up in the room, and a small, strange figure like a child appeared.
Who and what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past. Rise and come with me.
The ghost took Scrooge back in time to a place where Scrooge was a boy, a lonely, solitary boy.
Spirit, that's me, working on Christmas. It was a time to do extra work.
Why, Ebenezer, Merry Christmas!
Spirit, it's Mr. Fezziwig, my old employer.
Scrooge saw himself as a young man, and saw the merry Christmas Eve they spent in the office with their boss, Mr. Fezziwig, and his family. That was indeed the night he learned of his sweet love, Belle. Then the spirit took Scrooge to yet another place. Scrooge was older now. He was not alone, but sat by the side of a beautiful young girl, Belle. There were tears in her eyes.
It is sad to see that another love has displaced me, the love of gold. Your heart was full of love once, but now I think it is better for us to part. May you be happy in the life you have chosen.
Scrooge woke with a start, just in time to find himself face to face with another ghost of Christmas. I am the ghost of Christmas present. Come in and know me better, man. Have you ever noticed how wonderful things are at Christmas time?
Truthfully, Spirit, I haven't.
Well, let us be off to see some Christmas cheer. The ghost took Scrooge to Bob Cratchit's house, a very poor little dwelling. In the kitchen you could see Mrs. Cratchit preparing Christmas dinner. Her children were cheerfully running around. Then the door opened and Bob Cratchit came in with Tiny Tim upon his shoulders. Tiny Tim was Bob Cratchit's youngest son. He bore a little crutch and had an iron frame about his limbs. On our way home, Tiny Tim told me that he hoped that people saw him in the church because he was a cripple. It might be pleasant to them to remember on Christmas Day who made lame beggars walk and blind men see. Then Christmas dinner was ready, and everyone sat down at the table. As the Cratchits were very poor, it was not much they had for Christmas dinner. But still everyone was joyful.
Spirit, tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
I see an empty seat and a crutch without an owner. If these shadows don't change in the future, the child will die. This made Scrooge very sad, but the spirit went on and took Scrooge to his nephew's house. Fred and his friends had a very cheerful party and played games.
Fred, let's play yes or no.
Okay, I've got one.
Is it an vegetable?
No.
Mineral?
No.
Animal?
Yes.
Is it a cat?
No.
Is it found in London?
Yes.
Is it unwanted?
Yes.
Oh, I know. It's your Uncle Scrooge.
Yes, it is.
The bell tolled, and the ghost of Christmas present disappeared, and at the last stroke of the bell, Scrooge saw the third ghost coming towards him. Slowly and silently the ghost came nearer. He wore a deep black piece of clothing which covered its whole body and left nothing of it visible but one outstretched hand.
Are you the ghost of Christmas yet to come? I fear you more than any other spirit.
The ghost did not say a word. They wandered through the city, and Scrooge heard some men talking about a person who had died.
Are you going to his funeral? I wouldn't mind going, as long as lunch is provided.
After that, the ghost led Scrooge through streets that were familiar to him, and as they went along, Scrooge looked here and there to find himself, but nowhere was he to be seen. They entered poor Bob Cratchit's house, and found the mother and the children by the fire, and Bob very quiet.
You went there today, darling?
Yes, my dear. I wish you could have gone. It would have done you good to see how green the place is, but you'll see it often. I promised him that we would walk there every Sunday. My little child. He broke down in tears. He couldn't help it.
Spirit, tell me he didn't die.
The ghost moved on and took Scrooge to a churchyard. The spirit stood among the graves and pointed down to one.
Spirit, it's not too late for me. Tell me this isn't my grave. Spirit, hear me. I am not the man I was. I will not be the man I must have been so far. Why show me this if I am past all hope? Good Spirit, I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future.
The spirits of all three shall be within me. I will not ignore the lessons that they teach. Oh, tell me that I may change my fate.
Full of fear, Scrooge awoke with a start. But the bed was his own. The room was his own. Best and happiest of all, the time before him was his own, and he could make the best of it.
I will live in the past, the present, and the future. I don't know what to do. I am as happy as an angel. I don't know what day of the month it is. I don't know how long I've been among the spirits. Hello? Hello there! What's today?
Today? Why, it's Christmas Day.
It's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. Hello, my fine fellow. Do you know the poulterers at the corner? Do you know whether they've sold the big turkey that was hanging up there?
What? The one as big as me? It's still hanging there now.
It is. Go and buy it.
What?
I am in earnest. Go and buy it and come back with the man that I may give them the direction where to take it. I'll give you a shilling for it. Come back with the man in less than 5 minutes and I'll give you half a crown.
Yes, sir.
I'll send it to Bob Cratchit. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim.
Everyone was so surprised when they found Scrooge so changed. Scrooge became a better person. To Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. Scrooge became as good a friend, as good a master, as good a man as the good old city ever knew. It was always said of Scrooge that he knew how to keep Christmas well. May that truly be said of us, and all of us. And so, as Tiny Tim would say,
God bless us, everyone.
A chime, a chant sublime.